The first big patch for No Man's Sky 6.4, the Swarm update, is finally here, and it's patch 6.43, bringing some much needed fixes to the Swarm Expedition. The first patch out, 6.41, just had 2 notes, and is, as of releasing this video, only out on PC, PS4 and PS5. Fixed an issue that could cause player characters to have incorrect colour customization during the Swarm Expedition, and fixed a crash that could occur when joining a multiplayer session. Shortly after that, 6.42 released with a single note. Fixed an issue which caused gamer tags to be displayed incorrectly. This is also only out for PC and PlayStation. As of writing this, patch 6.43 is only out on PC, but will likely release on PlayStation very soon, and hopefully Xbox and Switch will catch up, as it's nearing a week behind now. With 25 notes, it's the first sizable one, and I'll just cover the main one so we can all get back to making sure Weaver loses. Because they smell, they suck, and they're just dirty hippies. The wording of the countermeasures milestone has been refined to better show when all of the time-gated missions have been completed for the current 8-hour section of time. The countermeasures milestone is the one we are currently stuck on, the one everyone clears up to at the moment and requires a huge effort from the community in completing repeatable missions. These missions reset every 8 hours at midnight, 8 AM and 4 PM UTC. This is the same time for the whole world, so just change that to your time, and that's when you'll be able to do them again. The missions do change at the reset too, though it's a somewhat narrow field of missions. Fortunately, none of them take too long. The balance of the fight in the Emperor of Glass milestone has been adjusted. As of yesterday, you could essentially ignore this fight, and as you can't harm the hive itself, it's kind of worth ignoring and instead paying attention to what the hive itself is doing. Hopefully they haven't made it a lot harder and so ensured the player will be distracted and miss the point. It was possible to ignore before, so I'm just concerned they made it harder. Fixed an issue that could lead to incorrect colours displaying for the Purge, Restore, Sabotage milestones if the Swarm Expedition was started offline. This essentially means that if you started it offline, you likely see the colours as red, as Royal has the index 0 out of the 3 teams. While the team in your save file would correct itself, the icons etc. were showing the wrong team, so now it'll just correctly update. Fixed an issue that prevented interaction with the prismatic core if playing the Swarm Expedition offline. This sounds like it'll still work when playing offline. I can only imagine that this will work like Discoveries, and queue your repeatable mission count until you are connected to their servers again. When you upload Discoveries, if you upload too many or do it when offline, it will queue them up in your save file, and work through uploading them to the HG servers when the next opportunity arises. In the past, this rarely led to people who had used the Upload All button having their new discoveries overwritten by others who had no queue but uploaded after, so it's worth knowing the queue exists. Fixed an issue that allowed the Divine Intelligence milestone to be completed prior to the Disassembly milestone during the Swarm Expedition. I don't know if this is related, but when travelling to the Atlas system, you must go to the specific one it marks. I, on one of my runs, randomly warped into a different Atlas system on the way, which counted for meeting Atlas, but not for the event after. This system removed the mark of the correct system, and I was only able to continue as I knew where the correct system was manually. I would suggest that you mark a system next to the correct one with a custom marker, so that if your marker goes, you can still find it. An issue that could cause too many sentinels to spawn has been fixed. Whether that sorts this mess on screen now, I'm not certain, as that is multiplayer related, not seasonal content related, but maybe it is the same. Allowed the extraction of corrupted ichor from swarmer debris recovered from crash sites. I did wonder why I only saw this on my 3rd run. Turns out they only just added it. Essentially, you can hold the interact button to get some ichor from the drone parts when you disassemble a drone of glass at a crash site. It's not a small amount, so a nice bit of easy units while also completing the repeatables. The visual effects, physics and a broad general issue at swarmer crash sites when doing the exterminator missions has been fixed or improved. That mission was a bit janky in a few ways, so good. Prevented the space anomaly from being summoned into battles against the Hive of Glass. I expect this is just the same as how you can't call it next to space points of interest, and it just didn't block it like it should have. I doubt it was helpful in any weirdness. Fixed an issue that could allow the space anomaly and freighters to be summoned intersecting with deep space objects, example Atlas interfaces. Very strange and definitely super annoying for someone to do it in multiplayer. They've also made it easier to build a portable refiner on Expedition Crucial Planets, which basically means that on the starting planet, a base won't stop you from building a portable refiner. Which is good, as it's basically covered in bases. And while you can just report the bases via the quick menu to remove them from your game, you shouldn't have to over something like this. There are a further 12 patch notes that I'm not sure really need to be read out. You can pause the screen to read them as they are shown now in a brief slideshow. And now you should check out one of these two videos. I totally know which ones YouTube is showing. That top one in particular is fantastic. Peace.